Hi, it's Jnwynn Scraptastic Yarns Podcast. Today is Tuesday, September the 25th. I think you can still hear I've got a little bit of the voice thing going on. And it's just going to take a while to go away. Plus, not only that, but it's raining here today. And so the moisture tends to affect my voice. How is everybody? It seems like everybody that I've been watching today has a little bit of whatever this crud is that's going around. So I'm hoping everybody gets well pretty soon. Feels better quickly. Wanted to tell y'all that you still need to keep Amanda and Lisa of Happy to Hook Creations and Amanda Panda Talk in your thoughts and prayers. I don't know if they both are in the hospital still or if Lisa has come home. I haven't checked today to see what's going on there. And of course, you know Loretta with Loretta and Blaine and Homemade Happiness is now home from the hospital. She's dealing with some new issues and, well, probably not new issues, but some issues. And so keep her in your thoughts and prayers as well. And as well as Blaine, who has to reschedule a surgery. So let's keep everybody in our thoughts and prayers. I have a couple of finished items today. Not a whole lot. But I did get my Eeyore finished. And that will be going to my friend Georgie. Georgie loves Eeyore, and she's in her late 60s, close to 70. She and her daughter rescued a donkey from a pretty bad situation. They've named the donkey Eeyore. Georgia, a couple of years ago, had a massive heart attack, and she was put into the hospital. Before she was going into surgery, she kept asking, "How's my ass?" And of course, the nurses were telling her, "Your ass is fine. We're worried about your heart." But she was worried about how her ass was doing because she hadn't heard anything yet. So, it's a joke with us. She loves her little donkeys. Couple more of the pumpkin hats. The only thing that I did different on these two hats is I added that little curlicue. Curlicues are really easy to do. Basically, you make a chain and you either do 3 or 4 single crochet, half double crochet, double crochets, however large you want your coil to be. And you just do that all the way back. And it just coils up on itself, curlicues on itself. And I made some turkey hats. How cute are these? Got 5 done so far for the babies. Now I was wanting to do the pilgrim hats. My husband told me no, you can't do pilgrim hats. It's not politically correct. I'm like, ugh. You know, that just frustrates me no end. I think the pilgrim hats would look cute on the little boys and girls. So I'm just going to stick to pumpkin and turkey hats for now. Unless I get a wild hair. You never know. I may just go ahead and do it. We're starting on not only the Thanksgiving hats, but we're also looking to do Christmas and Kwanzaa. We also do some Hanukkah hats, so we need to get some of those done and started. And that's just where we're at with that. I haven't got anything else started lately. I've been working on the mats for the homeless, and I just continue to work on those. I had wanted to do some of the Halloween crochet alongs, but I had a little bit of a problem. I didn't have any green yarn. At least I didn't think it was the right color of green. You know, I had to go shopping. So I went and got me some green. And this green is a twofold green. Let me get that out. Right now it is living in this drawstring bag. This is a new drawstring bag that's gone up in the shop. And it holds, as you can see, 4 skeins of yarn. But for the photo prop, I was using my skein that I got. And it's just a color, they call it soft green. I don't call this soft green because this to me is bright green. But I think it'll do absolutely great for the Frankenstein, as well as for some frog hats for the babies that I was hoping to do. That was a new acquisition. And then I got this. This is chocolate by Bernat, and it was on sale at AC Moore. And while I was at AC Moore, okay, I wasn't going to get any yarn at AC Moore at all, but my husband went shopping for a glue gun for some of the projects that he has in making some topographic maps and things that he's doing with cardboard and everything to show details and, you know, like models of areas. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. While I was not planning on getting anything, my husband got this glue gun, and it was a pretty expensive glue gun. He said so. You know, if we're going to make do with that 20% off coupon that AC Moore has, why don't you get some things, you know, that you've been looking at that you think you'd like to get? You don't have to twist my arm very hard to get me to buy yarn. But while I was there, Creative Grandma had shown this. This is on her podcast or channel. This AC Moore Nouveau yarn, and look at those colors. Are they not gorgeous? I am going to insert a video, and I will show you some of the other. I took a shot of the end panel. But this is a number 3 DK weight yarn, and it's 45% acrylic, 45% polyester, and 10% wool. Now, it's not real salty soft, you know, like some of the knit crates have been, but it is soft. It's a little bit, little coarse, but it's not too bad. But I thought I'm going to make me a cowl with this because I just like the colors. I have a jacket that is black, and it has some pink on the inside collar, that kind of thing. So I'm just going to make me. I'm going to make me something. I'm always making for others. This time I'm going to make for me. I'm going to insert that video here. Oh my, look at all those pretties. I did get one more acquisition, and that was this book. Now, I am a knitter and a crocheter, or tri-stitchable. I'll try anything, as Randy from Random Ramblin' Randy's shows podcast talks about. But I got this because there's a lot of information, not only for knitting, but also there's information for designing. And I have taken a couple of the classes with Craftsy on designing shawls. And this just kind of lays out the shawls real nice, and sweaters, and just all kinds of things designing. And I have done a couple of sweaters that I have done with a woman who was on the Knitting Paradise. Her name was Designer 1234. She had created a couple of workshops on that forum. I believe they're still in the archives, but we did one where we knit our own sweaters, and she showed us how to get gauge, how to form our own sweater. And that sweater I have in the car, it is a purple and green sweater that I knit. And I had done the purple greens in stripes up and down, which meant I had to change the construction of the sweater. Technically, I was going to do a raglan top down, but because I wanted those stripes to go up and down instead of this way, because I'm fluffy. Fluffy girls don't look really good with stripes that go around. They make us look bigger. The stripes make you look a little thinner. Well, that's at least the lie they tell you. So, I was going to make my sweater that way, which I did. And I wear that sweater quite a bit. I do have it in the car as a traveling sweater, so that when I go into restaurants, I can put it on. Many times when I get inside a restaurant, it's cold inside, so I need something. So I leave my sweater out in the car. That is it basically for this podcast. There's not a whole lot to it. The only other thing I'm going to do is there is some shop updates. I am going to show you a couple of those. You already saw the other large drawstring bag of the what I call the Blackbirds on a Fence. This bag holds quite a bit of items. It is, like I said, it holds 4 large skeins. It'll hold enough to do sweater project, Afghan, those kind of things. And it's something that, like I said, it's real soft. It'll fold flat. I do have one Coraline bag that is up. And, this is kind of the bags that I use for my notions. And this is a zippered bag. Or you can use it as a purse, shopping bag, if you just want to go on a quick trip, that kind of thing. And then I have a zippered Halloween bag. And it has some orange on the inside. The zipper is a recycled zipper. I believe it came off of a sweater. So I just recycled that zipper. And this bag holds 3 large skeins. And it'll hold your projects and, your items. Then I have a little snap bag. This one is about 11.5 inches tall, and it holds, I have pictured on the Etsy shop that it holds 2 of the very large cakes of the Karen cakes, the 7.1 ounce cakes. It has 2 in there with plenty of room for other things, Like I said, it's about 11.5 inches tall. The box bottom is 5 inches, so you've got quite a bit of room there. And the interior is just done in plain black. And the only other thing is the snaps are little star feature. One of the last bags that I've added into the shop is this drawstring bag. And it will hold one of the 7.1 ounce skeins. The bottom is a 4-inch. It'll hold probably about 1.5 cakes of the mandala. The Karen cakes are a little bit larger, so it'll only hold one of those. But it's great for if you're doing hats or a small project or just the beginning of a shawl, those kind of things. Socks, And this little bag measures about 8.5 by 8.5. Like I said, it has a 4-inch box bottom. And right now, everything in the Etsy shop is 25% off from today through October the 4th at midnight. It also includes the 2 crochet shawl patterns, but only if you purchase it at the Etsy shop. If you go to the Ravelry shop and purchase it, it's going to be the full $4. 25% off makes it $3 for each pattern. And that's about it for today. Just want to remind everybody to be kind and keep everyone else in your prayers this week. It's been a rough week for most of us podcasters. I do have a couple of folks that I want to tell you about. And there are a couple of new podcasts. One of those is Renee of Renee's Crochet Designs. And she has a little puppy. You people with your new animals making me crazy. I want a new pet. Anyway, she has quite a few items. Very interesting. Then there is Tara of Tara Annmarie. And she crochets rugs, holding 8 strands of yarn together. She has a fall rug up there that is both the scarf of the rugs she shows are absolutely beautiful. But I never thought of using regular crochet, regular yarn for making rugs. But she does some fantastic work. Go give her a check out. And then there is Theresa of Theresa's Little Trees Treasure. Theresa has quite a few items, very neat, very interesting to see. It is doubtful that we will see her face on the podcast. She suffers from quite a few issues, and in her latest video where she talks about the items she received because she'd won Debbie of the Canadian Crocheters giveaway. So she's showing off the items that she got. She explains why she will not be showing her face. And she suffers from some mental illness and some PTSD. And boy, I can understand the PTSD. I've had some issues with that in the past. I would like to say that I'm completely healed from that, but there are certain situations that will throw me back into a panic attack. So, I understand the PTSD completely. But she has some nice items. Go check her out. And I think those are the only ones that I've discovered this week. I like to always share, always bring in new people whenever we can. I think it's fantastic the crocheters are starting podcast. Um, for many years I've watched knitting podcasts and always thought, I wish there were more crocheters. And now there are some of us. So that's nice to see. All right, I'm going to let you go now. Remember to be kind.